We will now have the discussion on government support for SMEs. May I first invite Ms. Shirley Yun, Chief Executive Officer, the Hong Kong General Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Maria S.N. Kwan, Director General of Trade and Industry, Trade and Industry Department, HKSARG, and Professor Michael Enright, Sun Hung Kai Professor of Business Administration, University of Hong Kong, to come on stage, please. May I now pass the floor to Ms. Yun, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We just had a very good luncheon and a very interesting talk by Dr. William Fong, so I hope this will be perhaps not as exciting, but equally insightful. This is a very important topic here, and my name is Shirley Yun, the Chief Executive of the General Chamber of Commerce, and I've been tasked to chair this session entitled Public-Private Partnership in Fostering SME Development and Government Support for SMEs. This is very important for SMEs, I believe, because the big boys can stand on their own feet, but whereas SMEs, they have very good ideas, they have very entrepreneurial spirit, but they do need government support to help them tide over difficult times, to help them understand markets, and also to help them reduce business costs and compliance costs. We have very good distinguished speakers this afternoon today, starting with Ms. Maria Kwan, Director General of Trade and Industry, and also Professor Michael Enright. Like most economies in the region, in the APAC region, SMEs are really the backbone of our Hong Kong economy here. They are over 90% of our local business establishments, and they account for half of our overall employment in the private sector. We at the General Chamber actually are very pleased with the budget just released in February, which in fact put out a lot of measures which help SMEs. They reduce the guarantee fees for the loan guarantee scheme and also increase the loan guarantee ratio as well. One of the very important persons behind all these support measures and of course masterminding all these is Maria, who has, I'm sure, has played a very heavy role behind all these support measures. I guess Maria needs no introduction, and I shall leave the floor to Maria. Maria has served in various bureaus and departments, including the former New Territories Administration, the former Economic Services Branch, and since mid-August, she has been appointed as Director General of Trade and Industry. May I, could you join me to welcome Maria?
Anthony, Vincent, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, everybody. Many people have told me on various occasions that being the first speaker after lunch is a big challenge. I hope you can all help me overcome this. Joking aside, I feel greatly honored to be invited here to address this SME Summit jointly organized by the APAC Business Advisory Council, Hong Kong, and the Hong Kong Trade Development Council. I'm very impressed by the good mix of speakers at this summit. I know that Anthony and Vincent have worked very hard on it, as Anthony said this morning, particularly Vincent. The program shows that he has succeeded in bringing together outstanding business leaders and successful entrepreneurs, financial experts, as well as representatives from the academia and government. The summit provides an excellent opportunity for a balanced, comprehensive, and thought-provoking discussion on the theme of entrepreneurship in Asia-Pacific. I'm sure the dynamic discussion today will provide all of us with much food for thought. What I propose to do this session is to briefly summarize government policy on SMEs. Then rather than giving you lots of facts and figures and just narrating, the various measures, I'll focus on how public-private partnership helps to make a number of SME support measures provided by my department work better, and be more useful and relevant. If I have time, I'll also briefly cover other support measures that have been put in place through other government departments and quasi-government bodies, just to give a more comprehensive picture. But don't ask me about the details. SMEs, over 300,000 in number, are the backbone of Hong Kong, China's economy. They constitute over 90% of our local business establishments and provide about 48% or over 1.2 million of our total employment in the private sector. The government is committed to facilitating their growth and supporting their continuous development. Our policy on SMEs is to provide the necessary support to enhance their competitiveness, but in keeping with our economic philosophy of big market, small government, and maximum support, minimum intervention. It is effectively underpinned by our rule of law, our commitments to an open and free market, free flow of capital and information, a low and simple tax regime, transparent government, and efficient infrastructure, which are all conducive to creating a business-friendly and facilitating environment. As is well known, the common concerns and interests of SMEs include access to financing, lack of capacity to internationalize, difficulty in identifying foreign business opportunities, as well as challenges in building management capability, entrepreneurship, and innovation. To help SMEs overcome the various challenges, Hong Kong China has put in place a wide range of support measures through a number of government departments and quasi-government bodies. My department administers a number of schemes, namely the SME Loan Guarantee Scheme and the very popular time-limited Special Loan Guarantee Scheme to assist SMEs in securing financing, an SME Development Fund to enhance competitiveness of SMEs in general or in particular sectors, and an Export Marketing Fund to provide some hand-holding to SMEs in the exploit of export markets. In addition, to help SMEs build management capability and entrepreneurship, we run Success, a support and consultation center for SMEs. It provides SMEs with free business consultation services, including face-to-face, subject-specific business advisory services and mentorship. All these are relevant to startups as well as established businesses. Now I'll focus on access to finance and how government helps on that front. When the government introduced the SME Loan Guarantee Schemes in 2001 and later the Special Loan Guarantee Scheme in 2008 to help SMEs and others secure loans from the commercial lending market, public-private partnership was very much at the heart of them and contribute to their success. As is evident, it would be practically difficult, if not impossible, for the government to run a business loan scheme on its own. We do not have the commercial expertise in credit assessment and loan management. We therefore opt for a loan guarantee scheme with the support of the banking sector, which brings in the relevant expertise and professionalism from the commercial lending market. The arrangement proves to be a win-win for all. Under the SME Loan Guarantee Scheme, the government assumes the guarantor, a role of guarantor covering up to 50% of loans granted to SMEs by private lending institutions. This enables SME to get comparatively more competitive rates from the banks. We, however, rely on the lending institutions' professional skills, judgment, and care as a prudent lender in assessing the creditworthiness and financial viability of the SMEs and in managing the loans extended to them. Through this public-private partnership, we have brought together government resources and expertise from lending institutions to facilitate SMEs' access to finance. Over the years, the scheme has helped SMEs to pursue further business development. When we were hit by the global financial crisis and the ensuing credit crunch in 2008, we quickly put in place a time-limited special loan guarantee scheme with total loan guarantee commitment of about US 12.8 billion or Hong Kong 100 billion. In partnership with over 40 lending institutions, the government provides a higher guarantee protection of up to 80% of the loans to all non-listed enterprises in Hong Kong. This time-limited special scheme was very successful. It helped more than 20,000 enterprises tide over the cash flow problems during the financial crisis and also helped to preserve more than 340,000 jobs. I think to this day, I still hear a lot from the trade, about the scheme and the popularity. Lately, after the cessation of this special scheme, the Hong Kong Mortgage Corporation Limited, a company wholly owned by the government, launched a market-oriented loan guarantee scheme to provide our SMEs with an additional option to obtain sustainable financing. Riding on the success of the special loan guarantee scheme, it incorporates essential features, including vetting of loan applications by banks. This latest scheme demonstrates a more intricate but flexible mode of public-private partnership. Public-private partnership in loan guarantee schemes brings efficiency, synergy, and benefits. Apart from providing a flexible and sustainable financing platform for SMEs, it reduces the credit risks, which would otherwise be wholly borne by the government under a government loan scheme. It also enables private lending institutions to better manage their lending risks, which in turn enhances the overall stability of our banking sector. Now I turn to how we enhance the competitiveness of SMEs. Besides funding schemes which target individual SMEs and enterprises, we have set up an SME development fund, which supports non-profit distributing organizations implementing projects that would enhance the competitiveness of SMEs in general or in specific sectors. This is another significant example which shows how public-private partnership could work to benefit SMEs better in different ways. The operation of fund enables all non-profit distributing organizations like trade and industrial organizations, professional bodies and research institutes, etc., to come up with their own ideas as to how to achieve the general objective. Under the fund, they can apply for a maximum of about Hong Kong 2 million or US 256,000 on 90% of the funds required for each project contemplated, whichever, of course, is the lower. Such arrangement enables government to tap the expertise and knowledge of trade veterans who have been serving different trade organizations and their respective sectors for years. They know best what SMEs need, and the proposals can directly address the changing needs of the trade in a timely fashion. The result is that we have varied and at times very creative projects which facilitate the development of SMEs, even in new areas. Over the years, SDF project covers a wide range of areas and take many forms. They include the most traditional, like assisting our exporters and manufacturers in understanding and complying with international standards and regulations of importing countries. This is important, as many SMEs may not be aware of the latest development of international and national standards imposed by importing countries, or even if they do, may not fully understand the implications or how best to comply. We have SDF projects covering, for example, EU regulations on chemicals and their safe use, commonly known as REACH, and the US Consumer Product Safety Improvement Act. Such legislation have implications for many of our manufacturers and exporters in different areas. However, as the regulations are very technical and complicated, individual SMEs might have difficulty understanding fully how the requirements would affect them. At the instigation of relevant trade associations, SDF projects were initiated with a view to providing comprehensive information to our SMEs in a way that they can understand and to help them cope with the changing requirements. Seminars, workshops, visit tours are arranged, and guidebooks compiled to provide SMEs with the information and support they need to make adjustments in light of new requirements. Other projects were also conducted over the years to help SMEs understand relevant ISO requirements and hence enhance the capacity in assessing international markets. These examples show that besides being more closely aware of the needs of their members as well as the trade, trade and supporting organizations would also likely be able to launch useful programs in a timely manner. Their wide network also enabled them to mobilize experts and other relevant parties to make things happen quickly. Given the general eligibility criteria, the creativity of SDF projects could be immense. One recent proposal involves helping SME to identify a unique niche market. As in many other developed societies, there's insufficient attention given to the market potential of less privileged groups, such as the mentally or physically disabled, the ethnic minorities, and the visually and hearing impaired. Their potential as consumers is often overlooked. A reputable social service agency which knows very well the needs of these less privileged groups, as well as the market potential, launched a project to help SMEs understand the specific need of these potential customers and encourage them to develop this niche market. This, in turn, will help to provide a better consumption environment for the less privileged groups. Another project relates to enhancing the competitiveness of private nursing homes. The applicant and SME Association partner with a private nursing home and a pharmacy, propose a pilot scheme to test out the use of radio frequency identification to match the identity of individual elderly persons with their prescribed medicine, so as to ensure that the right medicine is given to individual residents in elderly nursing homes in a timely manner. The project deliverables and target beneficiaries of the above two projects are quite unique. These projects are successful not only because they help SMEs open up or remain in a niche market, but also because less privileged individuals who need more care and concern from the community can also benefit. Next, I'll turn to how we put in place measures to strengthen the capacity of SMEs to explore new markets outside Hong Kong. Most SMEs want to explore new markets, but do not know how. The SME Export Marketing Fund provides funding support to encourage and facilitate SMEs' participation in export marketing activities organized by our Trade Development Council and private sector exhibition organizers, trade publication publishers, website service providers, etc. Such service providers have good knowledge of the market situation and understand the specific needs of SMEs. Hence, they can devise the most appropriate export marketing activities that best serve the needs of the SMEs. On the other hand, the SME themselves have the liberty to choose freely in the market those qualified export marketing activities which best suit their need in order to optimize their limited resources. Sometimes, collective efforts are important and badly needed for exploring new markets. The SME Development Fund, which I mentioned minutes ago, also plays a significant role in helping SMEs reach out to new potential customers in the world. For instance, under the SDF, we have supported funding applications by the jewelry sector to set up a Hong Kong pavilion at one of the world's largest jewelry show in Las Vegas. We have also sponsored similar ventures by the mold and dye industry at the Asia Mold, one of the largest international trade shows for the mold and dye industry, to display to the world the high-quality mold and dye products and the latest technologies. The SDF also supported the plastic processing, mold, and machinery industries to launch an export marketing campaign in Germany and Malaysia in 2010 and 2011, respectively. These are important exhibitions of the industries. In fact, integrated plastic product processing demonstration lines covering the whole range of plastic products were set up at the exhibitions. While this involved a lot of technical problems, the effort seems to have paid off, as we learned that the display had made a great impression on the visitors. Turning to the mainland market, it is growing very fast, and our SMEs are keen to develop their own brands and explore the domestic sales there. Many good ideas on branding were generated and implemented through SDF. To quote just a few, a series of very successful practical guidebooks on different parts and sectors of the mainland market were produced under cooperative efforts of many SME associations, trade associations, and industrial organizations. The response was overwhelming, as in addition to the web version, Reprinting of the guidebook had to start almost right after the publication. Training courses, seminars, and workshops in various formats and for different sectors were also organized. In addition, a number of promotion activities for Hong Kong brands were recently funded by SDF with a view to introducing made by Hong Kong products to major cities like Chongqing and Wuhan in the mainland China, and hopefully would facilitate SMEs' access to shopping malls in the mainland. We hope to see positive results in the years to come. In addition, we're now actively working on a proposal announced by Chief Executive in his 2011 policy address to set up a dedicated fund of about Hong Kong 1 billion or US 130 million to encourage our SMEs to move up the value chain by developing brands, restructuring and upgrading their operations, and promoting domestic sales in mainland China. Our current thinking is that the fund would comprise two parts. In one part, we will provide funding support to individual enterprises to undertake projects in the areas that I've just mentioned. In the second part, we'll continue to adopt the SDF mode and involve non-profit organizations in undertaking larger scale projects to assist Hong Kong China's enterprises in general or in specific sectors. Next, I'll turn to building management capability and entrepreneurship. Our close partnership with the private sector also works well in upgrading and enhancing the management capacity of our SMEs. SMEs generally lack professional expertise and adequate resources for consultancy services. Through our Support and Consultation Center for SMEs, or SUCCESS in short, we provide SMEs with free business consultation services, including face-to-face, subject-specific business advisory service and mentorship. As SMEs at different stages of business development may encounter different problems, we adopt a multifaceted approach in delivering our services, including helping business start up, strengthening marketing capacity, enrichment in legal and accounting knowledge, etc. In doing so, we collaborate with major trade and industrial organizations, professional and academic bodies, as well as private companies. These partners assign their members and business contacts, including accomplished entrepreneurs, senior executives, and professionals, to be volunteer advisors of our Meet the Advisor business advisory service and pro bono mentors of our SME mentorship program. While the expertise and experience benefit SMEs, we understand that our partners also cherish such opportunities as an effective means to demonstrate their and their members' contribution to the community. Mentorship has also proven to be mutually beneficial to mentors and mentees. Judging from feedback received from some accomplished mentors, the sharing with mentees from different backgrounds during the mentorship does not only inspire them to evaluate their own business from different perspectives, but also stimulates new business thinking. This is clearly a win-win outcome. In fact, I understand that mentors and mentees in many cases also develop a longer-term or lifetime partnership. Just now I mentioned that to give a more sort of broad picture, I'll also briefly cover some of the SME support programs provided by other government departments. Recognizing the need for our SMEs to move up the value chain through creativity and design, the Create Smart initiative, spearheaded by Create Hong Kong, provides financial support to initiatives that may help the development and promotion of creative industries, supports creative SMEs and talents to participate in exhibitions and competitions to build the brand of the services and products. The Hong Kong Science and Technology Parks Corporation, a statutory organization with close links to business in innovation and technology, offers a comprehensive incubation program to assist technology startups during the vulnerable inception stage. Apart from subsidized office accommodation, shared use, laboratories and equipment, as well as marketing, financial and technical assistance in the critical initial years of these companies, the program also includes mentorship support service for the incubatees. Since its inception in 1992, the program has incubated over 330 startup companies. Over the years, the number of incubatees and graduates filing patents, trademarks, and registered designs, and winning local and international technical and managerial awards has increased steadily. In the prestigious Wall Street Journal Asian Innovation Awards 2010, an incubatee was awarded the Technopreneur Award. Another incubatee won the Bronze Award in the same awards in October 2011. Last but not least, the Small Entrepreneur Research Assistance Program, administered by the Innovation and Technology Commission, provides financial assistance in the form of a matching grant for technology entrepreneurs and technology-based companies, including startups, to undertake research and development of commercially viable technologies. After sharing with you how public-private partnership works in a number of SME support measures, I trust you will agree with me that public-private partnership has an important role to play in fostering SME development. The benefits are improved understanding, timely moves, creative approach, and efficient execution, to name a few. It is conducive to meeting the changing needs of industry and commerce, and enable implementation in a cost-effective, flexible, and sustainable way. I look forward to continuing public-private partnership in fostering the development of SMEs. I also would like to take this opportunity to thank, all our private partners, in collaborating with us in making our support measures more effective and useful and relevant. Lastly, I would like to thank Hong Kong ABAC for an excellent job done in organizing the SME Summit today. It provides a platform for our SMEs to gain new insights and perspectives on entrepreneurship from our distinguished guest speakers. Thank you very much.